Hi, class and parents. I feel like I'm on a video overload today, but I am going to show you each packet, what needs to be turned in, and there might be some things that I would like you to tear out and use on a different week because there's just too much. I thought we would have more time, and we're living and making beautiful oops, and we definitely need to slow down, and we're not going to hit everything. So we're going to start off with week 1, 3rd grade writing. This needs to be completed because this is really just a practice of nouns. So just list nouns. The biography. So this needs to be completed, but like I said in the last video explaining the poem assignment on how to type it, that is my first time doing that at all and connecting it to Canvas. I have no idea if it worked. So if it is not working for you, then tear this out, please, and keep it in your folder, and I will help you, and we'll figure it out together, and we'll figure out how to type it and get it to me. Okay, so don't worry, you're not going to lose points. So tear it out if it did not work on Canvas as far as typing and getting it to me. And that is week 1 writing. Week 1, 3rd grade activities. I need this for the biography poem. So I know you did it on a separate paper because I forgot to give you a blank sheet. So please turn this in. Not the instructions, but I want your actual portrait. I need what you want me to know. And your signs, both sides should be done. And a lot of you have sent me a picture of the Play-Doh brain, but please send me a picture on Parent Square if you haven't already, because I am going to give credit for participating in that. So that's week 1, 3rd grade activities. Week 1, language arts. Mine's all torn. I'm sure your child's is as well. They cut out their emojis, so they may not even have this page, which is fine. Character traits. I mean, if it's in the packet, we just used it. There's nothing they needed to do on this page. The T-chart needs to be completely done and colored, except I told them they didn't have to do each red. So just as long as they have one full set of red on each detail, it's fine. And then they need their paragraph. They need at least 5 sentences. They need green, yellow, red, yellow, red, yellow, red, green. And I didn't do it, but they were supposed to find cut out 3 of those emotions, their emojis, and color and paste them or glue them to the bottom of this page. This is extra. They did not need to write on it, just in case they have big handwriting. Or if they didn't have room on the first page, they can glue their emojis on here. The rubric I will follow except for the bottom. So the bottom says, you don't need to do anything with this. It's just kind of telling you. The buddy, that red, we're not doing. And I did not work on grabbing the reader's attention. I usually do that, but we just did not have time. So don't worry about that. So that is week 1, language arts. Week 1, 3rd grade math. I gave them actual clocks, so they don't need this. They need to keep that actual clock, and please don't lose it. Keep it in their material bin. This should be complete. Complete. This should be complete. If they tore it out, that's fine. But I'm gonna second guess that. Erase what I just said. This we can actually use later on in the year. So tear this out. I already tore it out. And put it in their folder, please. So that is one thing that's going to go in their folder, and I'll take note of it later. This page needs to be complete, the 100th part. We did not have grammar for week 1. Don't look for a grammar week 1 packet. There's none. Week 2, 3rd grade activities. A lot of these are just optional, extra. They do not need to do it, so I'll tell you. Do not need to do this. Do not need to do the backside. This we didn't get to, so don't worry about it. Oops. Do not need to do. They need to do this, please. Please, get this done and get this done. They do not need to write, or they do not need to cut and paste. They can just write if they want, whatever is easier. So that's week 2, 3rd grade activities. Week 2 grammar. I'm going to say everything needs to be complete in this. Yes. Everything in week 2 grammar needs to be complete. Week 2, 3rd grade language arts. I'm not going to flip through because it might actually let you know if something's missing. So complete needs to be complete. Needs to be complete. Needs to be complete. Does not need to be complete, but I told them if they did it, I'd give them extra points. This needs to be complete. Character analysis on Sarah. Character analysis on Mr. Hartwell. Yes, needs to be complete. Compare and contrast of Sarah and Mr. Hartwell. Needs to be complete. Crossword puzzle of our vocabulary words. Yes, complete. And our vocab page needs to be complete. Week 2 writing. Pink, week 2 writing. They should fill all this in. It's practicing our verbs, our nouns, our adjectives. Their poem, they need to complete it. They can color around it because I'm just going to use this to put on a contract paper or construction paper. And they need to color their apple, make it pretty. So this whole packet needs to be done. Week 2 math. We're almost to week 3. Yes needs to be complete. Yes needs to be complete. Yes needs to be complete. Yes, they need to complete this. Yes, they need to complete. Yes, they need to complete. The hungry alligator, they need to complete. They don't need to cut out. No cutout. They need to complete the second hungry alligator. And bingo, don't worry about it. Don't worry about this at all. That is week 2. And that is it for week 2 on our packets. Week 3, language arts. This was just for your information. You don't need to do anything with it. These cards, they should have cut out and put definitions on the back. Keep this in their bin, their material banks. We're going to use it next week. This was just a reference to help them write their sentences because in their journal, which I will not collect anything in their journal till hopefully we get to come back to school, and then I will. But they're supposed to write their sentences in their journal. So this was just to help them. And this we, you know what? I don't think we'll have time for this. So I need you to tear this out, please. Please tear this out and keep it in their folder. And at the end, I'll show you everything that we tore out. Week 3 writing was Stewart. So all they need to, if they want to write, draw a cover, they can. They don't need to. What I need them to do is write 2 sentences in each journal part and draw the picture that goes with it. It doesn't need to be an extravagant picture. So they need to fill in the 3. And this is just kind of fun to help them, or to step-by-step draw Stewart if they want. Then we have our test packet for those 2 weeks. This should be complete. This should be complete. And I am actually going to, let's see. No, turn this into, because we will do some together that we didn't do this week, and others I'll have them do independently. So I need this whole test packet turned in. Now the fun, and the grammar. Week 3 grammar. Everything needs to be complete except for the last page. I don't think we're gonna have time to write, so it's okay. And this find a match, we will not have time for, but everything else in week 3 needs to be complete. Math, everything needs to be complete in week 3 math. And I'll tell you what I ripped out because it's really important. So complete front and back. So I tore off page 5. This needs to be torn off and in their folder, please. Rounding to the nearest hundred. Complete. And this last page I need you to tear off. Actually, the last 2. Tear this and tear this and put it in their folder. Doesn't need to be pretty, but these 2 go in their folder. And I need this. I'm now going to go over what needs to stay in their folder and that they do not take out because we are going to use all year. Usually I have a folder in their desk of all their resources, but I can't really provide that and make sure it's in there. So I'm going to show you. So week 1 math. Out of week 1 math, you should have tore out the number chart. This stays in your folder. In week 3 math, it is page 8. Oh, actually, I'll go back because I don't want to confuse you. It is page 5, page 8 with 9, and page 10. All 3 of these go into your folder. This week's folder. Keep them in there. Just keep them. Then in week 3 language arts, wolf sequence. We will not have time this week. Put it in your folder. Now the last resources, this needs to stay in your folder always. It's cubes. I've not gone over it. I don't think I'll have time this week, but no matter what, this stays in your folder. It's a huge resource, really important resource. And then both the number lines. This is rounding to 10. This is rounding to 100. They both, with the protective sheet, need to stay in your folder. This was a lot of information. If you have any questions, please send me a message on Parent Square. All right, thank you. Oh, and last, pickup is Friday, this Friday from 12 to 2 in the auditorium. And I suggest you're not going to turn in your folder, so just paper clip all your papers together when you turn them in. You also, I just remembered, need to turn in your All About Me. If you don't have it, don't worry about it. I heard you saying it, but I'd like to keep it all for you and give it back to you at the end of the year. Okay, now thank you very much.